I do that in the tunnel. Every time it's just super loud. What is up, guys? Dakota here, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, like the title would suggest, we're going to be talking about should you buy a GT350 R, or over in this empty spot, should you buy a regular 350? Now, after driving quite a few cars in my own personal, whether it was the Camaro, driving it back to back, the C8, or for example my cousin's GR86, I've got a pretty good feel for driver's cars, quote unquote, and I think the easiest way to explain who should buy which version of the Shelby is to actually, instead of list pros and cons to each, just describe the person that I feel would buy and be happiest in the R and the 350. So let's go ahead, get started. All right, so the person that I feel like would like the R, person number one, is gonna be the guy that plans on keeping this car 10, 20 years down the line, and they don't have any intentions of selling it, and they're hoping that by the time, you know, that 10, 20 year mark comes around, the car will have doubled or tripled in value, and that's when they're going to get rid of the car. So if you're, to me, if you're that guy, then go ahead and get the R, because yes, it technically will be worth more. Now, at the moment, they're not really shooting up in value. They're holding okay, but in some cases they're going down, but eventually the car will go up. Now, I just don't believe it's going to go up, you know, to be some $400,000 car in 10 years, but that's guy number one. So guy number two, in my opinion, that should buy the R is the guy that's going to actually, or girl, that's going to actually track the thing. Now, when I say track it, I don't mean necessarily going to a drag strip. I mean like road course, autocross it, and I don't mean once or twice a year. I mean quite frequently. You know, like, are you actually going to take this thing and drive it on a racetrack quite often? Because if you do, then that's the whole benefit of the R, right? That's why you have these seats that are extremely supportive, kind of uncomfortable, no back seats, right? The carbon fiber wheels. That's why you don't get heated and cooled seats. It's supposed to be the stripped out race car version, right? More downforce. So if you're going to use the car like that, then you should go ahead and get the R, because you're going to reap the benefits of the R. So guy number two is going to actually use it as a track car and not just a garage queen. Now let's get into the person that I think should be buying the 350. All right, so the guy that I believe should be buying the 350 is the guy who doesn't plan on keeping it a long time and just wants to enjoy the engine, right? Because the engine is the heart of the 350, whether it's the R or just the regular version, right? So you can get the heart of the car without spending extra money on the R. And if you're gonna just be driving it on the street 90% of the time with the occasional autocross and track day, you're gonna appreciate the regular 350 more because it's tuned a bit more for the street. You get a bit more comfortable seats, have extra amenities in it as well, and you don't have to worry about, say, little things like messing up your carbon fiber wheels, which cost about $20,000 a set to replace. So keep that in mind. So if you're just going to use it day to day, you're still going to get the engine, you're still going to get the transmission, but it'll be a lot more comfortable on your regular roads. And you just got to be honest about what type of roads you have. So for me, for example, I live in an area where I don't have very good roads immediately around me that's super bumpy, which means this car, I don't get to enjoy as much. A benefit for me this is something that I've learned driving my cousin's GR86 and say my Camaro 1LE, having a car with narrower tires and less grip is a lot more fun on the street than having, for example, this car with Cup 2s, 315s in the back. It's not as playful, which I mentioned before in my previous video, so that's another benefit. Also, you should buy the 350 if it's going to be your only car. I had a buddy of mine, and he was trying to decide, man, should I get the 350, you know, should I get an R? And if it's gonna be your only car, don't buy the R. Why would you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense. It's way too rough. You have to worry about the carbon fiber wheels. You're not gonna get a whole lot of life out of these Cup 2s, you know, whereas on the tires that are on the regular 350, you're gonna get much better life out of. And again, you're still getting the heart of the car, and also it's gonna cost less. And because let's not forget, the regular 350 is a good track car as well. It's not like you can only buy you have to buy the R if you're gonna do any track time. It's just, if you do a lot of track time, that's where you'll appreciate the benefits of the R. If you don't, save yourself the money and get the 350. Just to reiterate, if you're the type of guy that wants a car that you can use every day, and you don't plan on keeping it for 10 to 20 years, and you might do some odd track days here and there, just buy the 350. Now, does that mean that I should have bought the 350? Probably. I probably should have. Because again, I thought I'd be able to take this thing to the track more often. I didn't realize how much effort you'd have to put into actually signing up for track days and doing events like that, which I just don't have a lot of time for. So I could have bought a regular 350 and probably been just as happy, if not more happy, with the car due to it being better suited for the street. And again, my roads in my area are terrible. So like, I have to drive many hours to get to some roads that are good, where you can really appreciate the car for what it's designed for. And again, guys, I kind of wanted to make this video kind of after I've driven, you know, a few driver's cars, you know, like my cousin's GT350, which arguably, I mean, that car was, you know, 30 grand. This thing, you can find R's anywhere from 70 to 85 or so, give or take, non-heritage edition ones. And arguably, I know I'm gonna get some hate for this, but that car is more fun to drive on the street because you can just floor it everywhere. It's super tail happy, and quite frankly, the interior in it is better. Like, so another point, don't buy the R thinking you're gonna get in it and feel special, because like the interior feels like it's a base Mustang. Like, it doesn't feel nice in here because again, it's stripped out track car. Anyways, guys, there you go. So if you're trying to decide between 350 and 350R, just be honest with yourself about what you actually plan to do with the car, and it'd be pretty straightforward. If you don't plan on keeping the car for 10 plus years, buy the 350. And if you don't plan on tracking it every day, and especially if you plan on modifying the hell out of it, then why would you buy the R anyways? If you're gonna modify the car, why would you spend the extra money on the R that has the carbon fiber wheels and whatnot? So those are just my 2 cents. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more videos. We should be doing an update on my cousin's GT350 here soon. Obviously, we got some more off-road stuff coming. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, click that bell notification so you get notified for more videos. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.